Hi, this is Warren Greshus, and welcome to Supercharged Prospecting. Sell more appointments and increase your sales. This program is about the scariest part of selling, which is prospecting. Most people know they have to do it, but they don't. Why? Because they're afraid of rejection. So let me tell you what we're going to do here. The purpose of this presentation is to help you sell appointments and get yourself in front of prospects. Why sell appointments? Because most of the time, if you try to sell on the phone, the only thing that can happen is someone's going to say no. And if the only thing that can happen is bad, then you don't want to do it. So we're going to teach you how to sell appointments. We're going to get you in front of more prospects. And how am I going to do it? There are 5 topics that I'm going to cover. 1, why you need to be prospecting. Number 2, how to handle rejection and know your success ratios. Number 3, preparing for the phone call and making the call. Number 4, how to handle and overcome objections. And number 5, practice techniques. Now, here's the question. Why do you need to be prospecting? Well, you know as well as I do you need to be prospecting because if you don't make any calls, you're not going to get any appointments. If you don't get any appointments, you're not going to make any sales. That's standard. Ask any sales manager, ask any sales VP in the world why their salespeople aren't doing enough business, and they'll tell you right up front. It's because they're not talking to enough people. They're not getting in front of enough people. Why? Because they fear rejection. Most people hate to prospect because prospecting is rejection. But let me tell you why you really need to be prospecting, why it's so important. Here it is. A while back, there was a survey conducted of top salespeople in a wide variety of industries. And they asked them how they spent their time in their sales effort. What time did they use? Where did they put their time, energy, and effort? And they told them they put their time, energy, and effort in 4 distinct areas of concentration. 1 was prospecting. Number 2 was developing presentation skills. Number 3 was product knowledge. And number 4 was personal and professional development. When I mean personal and professional development, what I mean is, what are you doing for yourself to make yourself better at who you are and what you do? What kind of seminars are you attending? What kind of webinars are you listening to or watching? What kind of programs like this? Coming on to Udemy and watching this program. That's personal and professional development. Reading books on sales and other things that will help you in your life and your career. But when they ask these highly successful salespeople, how much of their selling time did they spend on these 4 areas of concentration? This is what they were told. 50% of time, energy, and effort was spent prospecting. 20% was spent on developing presentation skills. 15% was spent on product knowledge. And 15% was spent on personal and professional development. Okay, but now forget the numbers themselves. Forget what the actual numbers are. What do the numbers tell you? Well, first of all, obviously, they tell you that prospecting is the most important thing that you do. But let's dig deeper than that. What do the numbers say? Well, I'll tell you what they say to me. They say this, that you can make the nicest presentation in the world. You could look like a senator out there. You could be so slick and so good, you could run for office. You could know everything there is to know about your product and service. You can know your catalog backwards and forwards. You can memorize the whole thing. You can take every seminar, listen to every audio program, watch every Udemy course, read every book on the market in your field. But you know what? These numbers tell you that none of that stuff matters. Because if you're not making the calls, if you're not getting in front of prospects on a regular, everyday basis, then it doesn't matter how good your presentation is. It doesn't matter how much you know about your product. It doesn't matter how much you know about everything because of all the seminars, webinars, online courses, and books you read, because you don't have anybody to tell your story to. And that's prospecting. Prospecting is speaking to more people than anyone else. Prospecting is getting more people to say no to you than anyone else.